and coped admirably, and coped admirably, and coped admirably. Oh my days! Moved to Aaron Croswell's position in the second half and coped admirably. Oh my days! And coped What's going on, Hammer Gang? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. Player ratings for our fantastic 3-2 victory against Leicester. So the heading is Bowen and Lingard lead West Ham back into fourth. Right, Lucas Fabianski, very little to do in the first half, made a couple of good saves and a vital interception as the game wore on. A minor error led to a Leicester chance, but otherwise another assured performance from the pole. He got an 8. An 8, that's a good result. We've let in, that's a good score. We've let in 2 goals. One thing of note was when Ricardo was through, when we was under the cosh, and he's come out and he's palmed it just before, and you know you can't give away a penalty in those situations, but he didn't. So yeah, man, to get an 8 and we still conceded 2 shows sort of what he brings to the team. I've said it before, but I say it again, his kicking is woeful, man. Like, his kicking is really bad. But, you know, overall, like, he's a solid goalkeeper. So, yeah, he got an 8, and well done. So, we'll move on to Vladimir Soufal. Wonderful awareness to assist Lingard for the opening goal. Could have had another assist, but chose the wrong option when Pablo Fernandes was free. Defensively excellent, as always. Right, he got a 7. Obviously, he's got the assist for Lingard's goal. Now, when you watch that back, it was, I don't know why he put it in the air. I don't know whether that's planned or what. It's weird that he put it in the air rather than on the deck. And we'll get into Lingard's finish when we go to Lingard's ratings. But yeah, obviously he got an assist. And yeah, I don't know why when he broke, I'm not sure whether it might have got pulled back for a slight offside anyway. But why he didn't just literally square it to Fornells. And the time he sort of made up his mind, there weren't really no options on for a shot on target. But yeah, as always, Soufal was good, man. He was really good. So yeah, he got a 7, and rightly so. Strong in the air. Lovely pass to set Jared Bowen free for the Hammers' second goal, and listened well to instructions. Moved to Aaron Croswell's position in the second half and coped exceptionally well with the threat and pace of Kelechi Iheanacho. He got a 7. You know what? The ball, I was watching it again today, just the highlights. The ball from Diop to Bowen was pinpoint, because Bowen didn't have to do nothing. And Bowen was sort of running at full speed. And you know that Schmeichel is one of those keepers that is quick off his line. And so literally, it was a perfect through ball. Perfect, where Bowen didn't have to break stride. There was enough on it to put it in Bowen's path, but also not enough for Schmeichel to have the advantage. So literally all Bowen had to do was just cut it back and empty goal. So that pass was pinpoint, and what a pass as well. Seriously, what a pass. And it was just before half time, so it was crucial that we got that goal to come in 2-0 up rather than 1-0. So yeah, Diop, man, is, you know, he still looks shaky at times and that, but you know, like he definitely has good things about him, man. And he's got his chance, and if we would have sold him when we potentially could have done in January, we wouldn't be where we are now, because we are sort of very thin in regards to the squad depth. So he's done well for us, man, and it's a good thing that we didn't sell him when we could have maybe recouped some money back. So yeah, man, well done. So we'll move on to Craig Dawson. Excellent communication and reading of the game allowed him to cope with attackers far faster than he is. Always in the right place to block shots and dominant in the air. He got a 7. Yeah, Dawson, you know, obviously we've let in 2 goals, and at times we were under the cosh. So 7 is definitely a good rating if, as a defender, you've conceded 2 goals. And, you know, West Ham had to defend yesterday. Like, we had to sort of defend for our lives almost, because they could have easily have got 3 or maybe even 4. So yeah, I'm glad that the ratings are sort of a reflection of how they did that. I know we conceded goals and it was squeaky bum time, but obviously they done their job, man. They done their job adequately enough to make sure that we won the game. So well done. We move on to Aaron Croson. He came off after 53 minutes. A calm head in defence and will be hugely missed if the injury is serious. A tough opponent in Iheanacho, but dealt with him well. He got a 7. Yeah, yes. Croson was having, you know, like a usual game for him, which is a good solid game. When he came off, obviously we was still 3-0 up, and I'm just hoping that his injury is not even gonna make him miss the next game, because we are just dropping like flies. He got a 7, and he's another one that like I said, this season he's been very consistent and sort of sevens is. Yeah, he's been sort of 7 out of 10 most games this season, and sometimes better than that. So I'm just hoping that it's not nothing serious, because clearly you see the difference it makes when certain players go off, how vulnerable we look defensively. So yeah, we'll see what the situation is there. Alpha Masuaku, culpable for Leicester getting back into the game after needlessly giving the ball away in a dangerous area. Flashes of quality and attacking prowess mixed with conceding possession and misplaced passes. Rating knocked down due to the pressure of Leicester's goal put on his team. He got a 6. You know what? I would have to agree with that. And I like him. I really like him, more so as an attacking player. Sometimes the skill and that is sublime. Like it really is sublime. And we need him further up the pitch because of what he offers us. And he's one of those players that he's not a defender, so he kind of doesn't know, but his natural instinct is to do something on the ball, and he does it in positions like sometimes where he shouldn't do it, and sometimes he gets out of trouble, and it looks like, yes, nice. And then yesterday he didn't try and do skill, but it's like he tried to take a loose touch and then think of what he's going to do, and literally that was almost epitomised the Premier League, that one little mistake and you'll get punished instantly. So it was his fault, and the thing is the time that they scored, I think it was 70 minutes. It gave him a lot of time to get back. So yeah, I agree with that rating actually. But you know, like I said, he's going to be needed, especially in the running. And I love him as a forward player, not so much as as a defender. So he got a 6, and yeah, probably justified, I think. Yeah. Mark Noble came off on 81 minutes. Another captain's performance summed up by his block in the 75th minute, throwing himself in front of man and ball. Passed well, an excellent leader and communicator, and once again a rock in front of the defence. He got a 7. You know what? I have to like, not that anybody, like, the channel's not big like that, but I have to go on record and say, you know what, well done, Mark Noble. And I mean that. Like I said, is in the Wolves game, I think he got an 8, and I questioned that. And when I looked at the stats and stuff like that, I thought, you know what, like, he's come in and he hasn't played a lot of football this season. He knows that he's now the understudy. But when he's come in and we need, obviously, everybody to be on top. And you know what, he's done well, man. And this game yesterday, I don't think he done anything where it's like needlessly giving the ball away, trying to do a pass that is not needed. And yeah, he done well, man. Like, and he's another one that without Rice and we need our players, and he's come in and he has been fantastic. Like, and I mean that. So I'm glad and happy for him, man. And that was his 400th Premier League appearance for West Ham. He's gone off injured as well, and it's surprising I'm saying this considering, but like, it's wow. Like, I just hope that he's available for the next game, because like, he's doing well and he's needed. Like, we are just dropping like flies. So I'll say it again, like, I've got nothing but respect for Mark Noble. Anytime my opinion on any footballer is never obviously personal. I don't know them, but you know, like, football moves on, and at some point, like, you say, you know what, we need to bring in new players and that. But to me, he's proven that he can still do it in the Premier League. And me personally, I doubted that he could be a Premier League player for us, as in getting sort of 90 minutes a game in consecutive games. But without Rice and that, he stepped up to the plate. So yeah, man, I'm glad. And obviously we know he's Mr. West Ham. So I hope the injury is not serious, and just like Croson, somehow, I don't know what it is yet, I'll check after, but I'm hoping that they'll be available for the next game. Thomas Supercheck showed his vision and awareness for the Bowen assist, a true box-to-box midfielder who is just as important in defence and going forward. Aerial ability is incredibly useful, made a number of key interceptions late in the game as Leicester powered forward. He got 7. You know what, I feel like when I speak about Supercheck, I'm kind of just repeating myself, because this guy, he is box to box. He gives us a lot going forward. Whether like he does play his part in assist and making things happen. Defensively, obviously, he is big for us, and so this guy is everywhere. Like he's literally everywhere, and then he's always obviously controlling the middle of the park. So what he does is, if you think about it and put it into some sort of context, that some players are attacking midfielders, some players are defensive. He literally in every single game is involved in the attacking play, he's involved defensively for us, and obviously his position is in the middle of the park where he's always got that on lock. So I'll say it again, what a signing, what a player. You can see he's a very humble guy, very respectful guy. He's not a dirty player, or not, you understand? Like, so I really respect him. Like, he's a big guy. He's not one of these bully type players that kind of, because he's big, he's always, no, that's not him. He's like almost like a gentle giant, but on the pitch, he's a monster. So glad he's at West Ham, and he's made a big difference to us this season. So yeah, he got a 7. They could have gave him a little bit more, but yeah, man, well done, Supercheck. Pablo Fornals links defence and attack well, always a willing runner, and with better passing could have had a goal himself. Tireless throughout, a tidy player on the ball, underrated. He got a 7. Now, when I first started doing these ratings, these guys weren't rating Fornals, but I think now they're acknowledging exactly what type of player he is, what he brings to the team. And you know what I like about him? When Soufal should have just put him in, like we spoke about, for when we was on the break, he didn't even he didn't throw a strop. There's so many players that were like, I don't know, it's just he's very, another one, he seems very respectful, that he probably thought, you know what, he's Soufal, he does so much for the team, and look, he just didn't see me, or he couldn't pick me out. When I think Soufal really, if he'd have got his head out, he could just put him in. But I like his response is that he didn't kick off, he didn't and then some players will look across and say, well, he didn't do none of that. He just he just got on with it. And he's another guy, man, that I'm glad he's at West Ham. He was another one that I heard of him and through the Spain under-21s, and he was scoring some good goals as well. And when we got him, I was like, wow, okay, we've got a young Spanish prospect, and he's a good player, man. His work rate is ridiculous. And under Moyes, he sort of, when he's available, he's playing. And there was games this season where he weren't in, and maybe Moyes was protecting him. I don't know, because it seems like Moyes does have complete trust in this guy. So yeah, man, Fornals got a 7, and yeah, I love him. Love him at West Ham, and he's another really good player. Jesse Lingard, almost at a loss for what to say about this man. A fantastic footballer. The first goal was superbly taken on a half volley. The second was a simple finish, but his position saw him there to tap home. Another fantastic performance. He got a 9. What do I say about Jesse Lingard? That goal, like I said, I don't know why Soufal done it in the air. That goal was fantastic. It's like a weird goal. I don't know. That's a crazy goal, and I mean that. The technique to put it in. I think it even Schmeichel was caught. What is this? Do you understand? The goal was he has scored that. The game before against Wolves was that fantastic breakaway, and then and then the one before that, the banger against Arsenal. This guy is scoring for us all types of goals. Then you've got the tap in. So he's literally scoring so many different types of goals for us. So this is another thing that, like I said, is I'm going to be repeating myself, but we have to make the transfer permanent. I think that his performances is clearly making his value go up. So it's weird. It's like his value's going up because of us, but yet we're the ones that are going to have to pay out more money for his performances, even though we're the ones that are giving the platform. He's now scored 8 goals in 9 Premier League games for us, and that's equaled his best ever goal scoring season. So he's literally rejuvenated, and we're seeing the best version of him. Like I said, I don't know if things have changed or whether the stats have changed, but the prime years for footballer was always classed as between 28 and 32. He's 28 years old. So and those stats back up that Jesse Lingard is now entering his prime. And I don't know why he would go back to Man United, because obviously I know he's that's his boyhood club and all that. But even if he goes back there, he's not going to play as much, as they know what he can do. So him going on loan, I think really is just for them to get a transfer fee for him, and the most transfer they can get for him, because they know what he can do. So if he goes back there, he knows he's not going to play nowhere near as much. I don't know what position we're going to finish in and whether that's going to have any effect on him. But like I said, when you get to a certain age in football, you just want to play. He's got a manager that trusts in him, team that's doing well, and he is the big fish in a small pond per se at West Ham, rather than going back there and just sort of sitting on the bench and all that. People questioned him, like, is he just a social media dancing? And now he's proven, no, I'm not. Like, I'm a footballer, and he's a really good footballer. So we have to make that a permanent signing. And I read yesterday that Arsenal is trying to hijack it. I'm thinking, why would you go to Arsenal? And like, sometimes it's like, come on man, the grass is not greener. Like, you've come to us and it's been a match made in heaven. So it makes sense all around for us to make that a permanent signing, and I hope that is the case. Jared Bowen, I've seen his rating, but let me just read his synopsis and then Jared Bowen came off after 84 minutes, took his goal excellently, timed his run for Lingard's second to perfection, and was a constant runner and option on the counter-attack. Deserved the man of the match award, even if Lingard's goals and performance stole the show. He also got a 9. Yesterday he was fantastic. Like, he really was fantastic. Got the assist, which we've spoken about already, and his goal was very well taken because he was under like instant pressure. So, and where he's put so close to Schmeichel that Schmeichel can't dive for it because it's kind of gone down by. So yeah, like, what a performance! Great goal, and he's another one that he has to step up to the plate now that Antonio's not there. I know he played more sort of out wide, but realistically, we're looking for him for goals, and he scored against Wolves. He scored again yesterday. So yeah, man, like, he's another one that's been a fantastic signing. Come from the Championship, and he's sort of taken to the Premier League like a duck to water. So long may that continue. And yeah, we need these players at their best for this last 7 games. Subs. Fabian Balbuena came on 53 minutes. Has been out of the team since early January, but you would not know it. Confident in the air and dealt with Vardy well. Vital blocks were needed. He got a 7. You know what? It's good to see him back. Not in the circumstances, obviously, because it was due to an injury. And it was an injury to a fullback. So, but yeah, he did. He come on. Very commanding. He's another one. I do like him. I like him. He's another one I think we could have cashed in on, not to get too much, but we could have sold him and left ourselves a little bit short. So I don't know whether in the summer he might move on, but he's been good for West Ham, and once again it's proven that the squad is needed, because he's come on yesterday, and yeah, I know we've let in goals and all that, but it wasn't his fault per se. So yeah, he got a 7, and yeah, I would say rightly so as well, because yeah, we needed him. He's got that physical presence and he's very commanding. So yeah, well done. Ben Johnson came on 81 minutes, did well in an unfamiliar central midfield role for the final 10 minutes, not applicable. Said Benrahma came on 84, not applicable. The injuries is crazy, they're piling up. I don't know who is going to be available for the next game, but it's not looking good. But somehow we are managing to still find the results. Yesterday in my video, you would have seen that I said, like, West Ham is literally playing with everybody's nerves. Like, the last 3 games have been, imagine that. We have gone 3-0 up in 3 consecutive games, which is crazy. Like, that is crazy. And then in all of those games, we have literally been like squeaky bum time. When the whistle goes, it's like, especially when you win, like, so Wolves and Leicester even more so. When the whistle goes, then you're like, yeah, they're more satisfied than sort of winning 3-0 and then the game's sort of playing out last half hour and nothing happened. So in hindsight, it's a really good way to win. But seriously, like when you're watching that, man, it's like Leicester was putting on the pressure. And credit to West Ham, man. You got to think like Jamie Vardy didn't have no sniffs in that game, like none at all. And he's a threat. He's fast. He's got good movement. He had not a sniff in the game, so we kept him quiet. Iheanacho, he's sort of found his form now, and he's almost like the main man at the minute. So we couldn't keep him quiet, obviously, but we kept Jamie Vardy like literally quiet. So, you know, the results didn't go in our favour, and I'm thinking, oh man, we dropped from 4th to 6th, and now we've got to play Leicester. But credit to us, we beat them. Like some of their key players, we found out afterwards that they was missing due to COVID breaches or whatever. But thank you for breaching COVID rules, because I think Maddison was available and he was fit, but obviously I don't know, maybe Barnes as well. So I'm thinking these two, they're very, very dangerous players. So maybe the stars are aligned and then everything's happening so that West Ham can get in that top 4 position. I'm still doubtful because of the injuries. If we had everybody available right now, Ogbonna, Rice, Antonio, Creswell, Noble, I'm going to say, the whole squad, if everybody was fully fit and firing with 7 games to go and the games that we've got, I say, you know what? Why not? Why not? But like I said, we are like literally dropping like flies, and it would be a shame if the injuries is kind of what cost us. And then I hope that people like Lingard, if that is the case, they're smart enough to say, you know what? If it weren't for the injuries, we would have probably or possibly been in the Champions League. But even West Ham getting Europa League is still a massive achievement. You got to think of us last season. We only survived with like 2 games to go. This year started off with 2 defeats. So we have been amazing, like seriously. So I don't know where we're going to finish. I don't. But we can keep dreaming. We can keep dreaming and hoping that West Ham can keep scoring. Like we are scoring goals for fun. The next game is... Right, our next game is we're away to Newcastle. Now, they came from behind yesterday to beat Burnley. And I think probably in doing so have kind of like just confirmed Fulham's relegation. Now, that means that the fight and hunger might not be as intense because they may feel they're safe, or they might play with that little bit more freedom where they kind of know that they're safe now. St. Maximin's back for them, which is not a good thing for us. Callum Wilson is back, not a good thing. They beat us 2-0 first game of the season, and we were shocking. So yeah, we're due to get revenge on them. Depending on who we have available, and like I said, our motivation is definitely top 4. So West Ham is still got that desire. It's not just like seeing out the season. And like I said, I don't know with Newcastle whether... I think the desire is still there because they're still going to need mathematically maybe 2 more wins now, because I can't see Fulham getting the points that they're going to need. So psychologically, Newcastle might just think, you know what, like that win against Burnley is ensured a safety, or they're just going to play with that freedom. And sometimes that's for the opposing team, which is us, that's not a good thing, because like I said, they've got some good players in that team. But West Ham has seemed to be finding a way, and yeah, I'm just hoping that we get revenge on Newcastle, because we was poor. Yeah, so I know I've dragged out the video a bit, but yeah, what another great victory. Thanks everybody that watches the videos. Thanks everybody that's supporting the channel. And if you've got any dreams, any goals, any aspirations in life, stay on track, stay focused. Don't let no one deter you. Don't let no one sway your thoughts. And by that I mean, don't let nobody burst your bubble. Newcastle away next game. West Ham, can we get another 3 points? If so, that leaves 6 games remaining. So we can keep dreaming. Come on, you hands.